Teen Kids News is next. We'll have the latest headlines and these reports.
Crime solving comes to the classroom. I'll have the story.
High school students are learning how detectives do their job. Felipe takes a look at how forensics is changing the way teens study science.
They look like actual crime scene investigators, but these are teens. They're taking on the CSI Challenge, a science competition created by real-life detectives.
What happens in the real world, they're expected to know it and to be able to practice it here.
Teams of high school students work together to solve a make-believe murder case.
The actual crime scene is from the Roaring '20s.
A gangster has been shot. Investigative teams use forensics to find the person who pulled the trigger.
If I didn't do biology, I probably wouldn't know what I'm doing.
Forensics combines science, math, and curiosity to help solve a crime.
First, we number off the evidence that we think is valuable. The collectors take the evidence, and me and my partner, we did a fingerprinting.
These teens have been studying forensics in high school. They've learned that being a detective is a lot more complicated than looking under a magnifying glass.
Forensics is a lot of thinking outside the box. This is not simply classwork and knowledge and memorization and knowing. It's looking for what doesn't belong. What should be here and isn't here? What's missing? And those are the type of thought processes that a lot of times students have.
Popular TV shows like CSI have students taking a closer look at forensics. Scholastic is hoping its new book series on the subject will get more kids reading and learning.
The books feature interviews with forensic scientists. They get to go behind the scenes with a forensic dentist or a criminal profiler or a fingerprint examiner and also learn about the career.
The books in 24/7 Science Behind the Scenes also look at real-life cases.
Believe it or not, a piece of cheese can send a robber to jail, and it did in Texas in 1954.
A convenience store robber took a bite out of a piece of cheese and left it behind. When forensic detectives found the cheese, they had their most valuable piece of evidence.
Because his bite mark was in the cheese, they were able to create a mole, and they were able to match that up to his dental records, and he was caught just by a piece of cheese.
Back at the CSI Challenge, students used the same skills to examine a piece of cheese found at their crime scene. It sounds easier than it looks.
I'm going to be honest with you, this is a lot harder than TV. It's a lot of work. They're done in 45 minutes minus the commercials. This is an all-day thing.
But it's all worth it once the crime is solved.
The 3 top scoring schools get more than $200,000 in scholarships.